Good afternoon, welcome, 4 p.m. I've got the time right today. Earlier I said at the 8 a.m, welcome to the 4 p.m. Just a few hours out, I think I was. Anyway, how you been diddling since I last saw you quite a few hours ago now? I hope you're well. I hope you're ready for a sway and stretch. If you're not, do it anyway. And I'm sure your body will appreciate you a little more. I've done 2 classes today, going to football. As you can see, I've got my uniform on, my football uniform. I tend to hop in and out of different uniforms every day and sometimes multiple times a day. I might have a later life training 8 a.m, for example, but then I might have a football something or other on Zoom. Back into the football jumper. Then I might be going to the gym, into the gym clothes. Then I might be doing the 12 noon, into the later life training jumper once again. It's just like a hat on, hat off. Different hat on, different hat off. Of course, George. Mondays and Tuesdays, footy night. I've got the little ones, the under 6s. And they are... a couple of them are foundation stage, and then the rest of them are all that year older, that in year 1. Yes, so one of my favourite nights. And then into the under 14s indoor training session, just to let them burn off some steam. Basically, I don't really do much. I often kick the ball around with them, and just blow the whistle from time to time. But it's just like a crazy hour, that is. Right, come on, roll up everybody. Looks like it's just me and you at the minute, George. Because it's just me and you, should we go out somewhere? If only one person turned up to my class, we might be saying, do you really want to do this? Of course we do. We want a movement snack. Don't even think about it. Here's Mrs. Perry anyway. I bet we could all get a reservation in Frankel's, couldn't we, Chris? The place to be in Port Talbot. The best fishy and chippies in town. Right, it's almost 4 o'clock, I reckon. I reckon so. I believe it's Tuesday, the 27th of February. 2024, and here's the oh my goodness, am I yawning or come on, I've not even started the sway and I'm throwing a yawn out already. Here we are, 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, welcome, 4 p.m, time to sway and stretch. You're with me, Kelsey Leverton, and we bring this to you from Later Life Training. Shall we set ourselves up in the bestest possible version of ourselves with good posture, and we'll get moving. Come on. That wasn't me body or bones that was creaking, by the way. It's a table. Right, you don't need much space, just a bit of clear space around your feet, a bit of external support, easily accessed. You might have 1, 2, 3 options around you, and a sturdy chair for any seated options. If you'd like to start seated, here are your prompts. So lift tall, feel like you're kind of trying to perch onto your sit bones, and then take a hip walk forwards, bracing and lifting through your trunk, which will make it easier to hip walk, easier to stand, easier to balance if you're going up to those areas. Anyway, feet underneath the knees there, and pedal the legs away. We talk a lot about the importance of ankles, but here we are with ankles, feet, and not to forget those toes of yours as well. See if you can get a bit of a bend, a bit of a crease in your shoes across the toes. If you're in standing, just a light touch onto your external support, so not too heavy into the arms and hunchy through the shoulders. Try and slot the shoulders back and down, feel the chest is open. And you can bring that into a marching action if you fancy. Have a think, whereabouts are you? Do you want to be side onto your support? Have you got options either side of you, or would you prefer this to be directly in front of you? If you're ready, arms in, swing from the shoulder, not waggle from the elbow. The arms don't do, the shoulders don't do hardly anything at all if the elbows are freely moving. Swap sides or bring the other arm into the marching action. You should be feeling just a little lift of body temperature. Increasing body temperature before stretching is crucial to get the best stretch out of it. The muscles kind of are more loose, more warm, and they move in and out of stretch positions with a bit more ease and comfort. Now we've on day 2 of our sway routine, there's a small add-on today. So just a last little flutter of circ boost, bring that down to a stop. Everything can be followed up in seated as it's done in standing. So feel free to either come up into standing, stay in seated, or wherever. Now we had a inward circle and then follow it back. No, that was an outward circle. An outward circle, but bringing the arm inwards first. And then an inward circle, taking the arm outwards first. Have you got that? Just go this way and then just follow it back. Breathe in steadily. There's not a rush in this sway routine. I might just have to just move my external support a little bit so I've got a bit of arm space. Slow this down, slow your breathing down. Soften your movements, your fingertips, wrists. Just do one more on each side and then we'll have a look at the next add-on. Just do one more on the other side. A deep breath followed by a stifled yawn. All right, have a look down at your feet. Take up some support. We're going to be moving the feet, but just kind of switching the ball of the foot from this forwards position. So bend the knees, pick up, turn out and place. And then pick up, return and place. Your foot's back where it started. Have a go on the other side. So get into the knees first with a little bend, then the pick up, then soften the knees and then bring it back in. So it's kind of a heel swizz. Bend and pick up and then pick it up and come back. Bend and pick up, pick it up and come back. So the heel's just kind of pivoting on that spot. We're opening out the body to the side, opening out the hips a little bit, and we're pulling up the toes. There we go. Shall we put that with your arm movements now? So as you start to come in, that's a knee bend, pick up, and then come back in. Just drawing that circle, a knee bend and pick up and return and finish off that reverse circle. Just try maybe a couple more. So you're opening now the body out to the side a little bit. You might want to let your gaze follow that round. Last one. And relax there. Place a full stop at the end of that sway for today. Right, couple of crowbarred in, really big shoulder rolls. On that second or third shoulder roll, find your way into a chest stretch. Now you might want to have your heel of your hands just in the nook of your hip there and squeeze back the elbows. You might want to hold your hand, hold your wrist or hold your hand, press the arms down and squeeze and pin the shoulder blades back. Or if you prefer, if you are in seated or want to come down into seated, track your hands back, find the lower part of the spindle or the curve of the seat and the back of your chair and do the same. Up tall, then just tweak your shoulder blades together there. Really long in the neck, down through the shoulders. Big space between the ribs and the hips there in your middle bits. And really opening the chest. Lots of space there now to breathe. Arms moving back into reach back positions, maybe when you tuck your trousers in, maybe when you reach back to tie something or do something up behind you, or you might reach back with one arm at a time to maybe get your arm into your dressing gown, your coat, your jacket, your hoodie, or whatever you've got. Right. Upper side stretch, so shall we stay with the upper body? Find your hand to shoulder. I've got a few layers on, so I'm a bit tight in the clothing department around my shoulder. Lift up, lift up, lift up. Head should feel comfortable, neck not hunched or crunched up, and take that into a small sideways tilt, and you'll open out a little bit more of your rib cage here, and then you can finish yourself off with a full stretchy reachy arm. Look, all the way up and towards the ceiling, towards that. Look, I can just touch the picture rail there. Change sides. Up the elbow goes, close to the head, as if acting like a pretend pillow for your head there. Opening out the underarm. Think about all the reaching places you can go with the arm in that position, or even progressing through to this full reaching position. Relax there, ease off. Okay, a bit of a neck stretch then. So let's do the upper back included. So with a rounded position of your shoulders, with the chin travelling down towards your chest, you're looking down in between the hoop, and just try and pull forward slightly, as if you're trying to pull your shoulder blades round the corner. Let the head just hang there, and you'll get a stretch down the back of your neck as well as across the top of your upper back. Okay, just restack the spine in your neck, slot the shoulders back. We're moving down to the legs next. If you're in standing already, let's do the calf stretch. So feet, think imaginary tram lines or train tracks. So when you stride back, your feet are still about hip distance apart. Up through the posture, which opens out at the hip. You might get some extra stretch and length in the hip there if your posture's in the right place and you're more upright. If you're more leaning forwards, you won't feel it. So come up, tilt the hips forwards and get the heel down at the back. And there you've got your calf stretch with an extra added bit of lift and length in the hip as well. From seated, we won't get that just because we bend at the hips as we sat down, of course, but we can still get a good calf stretch by having the leg straight, pulling the toes back towards you and just remaining in this upwards lifted active posture. So a bit more length and stretch in the calf will allow you to tuck your feet back a little bit further to maybe push into standing with your feet flat on the floor. When you're going down the stairs, for example, or down a slope, the calf muscles will need to come into lengthened positions as you're walking. That will help you with walking. Relax, relax, swap sides. And as well, we need to get our ankle perhaps into this position to get our socks on, shoes down there, shoelaces done up. So changing the angle of the ankle is key for depending on what you're doing. Here's your standing version, lifting through the posture. As you can see, external support's not a reach away. It's fairly close. I can still keep my elbows bent and have good access to external support there. Right, final stretch then. Those of you in standing, just take a bit of a reverse towards your seat. Do your stand to sit checks. Legs are touching the chair. We've got our weight even and balanced, and we can slowly start to sit the hips back, let the body come forwards, and hopefully softly land down. You will find yourself a little bit too far back now to get a hamstring back of thigh stretch done. So take a hip walk. Loose ankle this time, slightly different from the last position. Slightly different with the position of your body as well, but still sit tall, but lean forwards. Ease in. Feel the pull at the back of the knee. You'll feel that a bit more up towards your hip as well. Some of you might feel it around your butt. Some of you might feel it into your back a little bit if your backs are tight, stiff, etc. Progress a bit further, head a little bit deeper into the stretch. Knees should still be straight, so we're really targeting the back of the knee area there. And relax, recover, swap sides. Small check on the ankle to make sure that it's loose. Small check on the posture to make sure you're the tallest and the bestest you can be. And ease in, ease in, ease in, ease in. You feel like your tailbone's sticking out behind you here. A little bit further if you feel you can. If you can tolerate a little deeper, go a little bit deeper. And rest. Recover. And bring your legs back in. There we have a bit of sway and a definite stretch. Oh, is it raining, Bridget? Not again. Every Tuesday it rains and I get absolutely drenched. Hopefully it will hold off, although I have got some mighty tough little ones that do carry on playing in the rain. Right, there we go. Thank you all for your bit of time here in the mission of moving a bit more. Have a lovely evening and I'll see you tomorrow.